Hey guys, so if you are just getting into cybersecurity and you're setting up a Windows server, what do you call it, a virtual one, here's a warning that no one tells you about, and probably they don't tell you about it because it seems so silly, stupid if you do it, but it can happen because I did it. So I was racing around learning how to put, create a Hyper-V on your computer, on your Windows computer. If you've got Pro, you need to get get Hyper-V on your Windows computer. You need Windows Pro. Not you won't get Hyper-V to create a virtual environment. You won't get that with Windows Home Edition. Okay. Now, but anyway, so I was racing around. I was following this guy. I was doing a course on Microsoft SC 300 Identity and Access Management, and part of that is he shows you how to set up your own virtual machines, etc. So you can carry out some labs for that. But anyway, so I downloaded the 64-bit ISO, which is the the virtual server, right? And once but you need to create your Windows 11 too as an ISO virtual, and you need to create your actual virtual environment either with Hyper-V, VirtualBox, or VMware. Now, with all because I usually, multitask anyway. When you're, mucking around with these virtual machines, I think you're probably you probably guess where I'm going with all this. When you're, make sure you take your time, guys. Okay, when you're doing these virtual downloading up into, downloading the virtual, image they call it, and uploading it into a virtual environment. Take your time and make sure you press the right buttons, because I'm not sure exactly how I did it. I think somewhere it must have been when I did the install of the ISO. You guessed it. I installed it on my Windows operating system on top of it, okay? Not in my virtual environment. Now what that did is it completely wiped my Windows 11 OS Pro. I just updated too a couple of weeks before that. I'd upgraded my Windows 11 Home to 11 Pro. Somehow, like I say, while I was racing around multitasking, like I usually do, 1,000 miles an hour, you probably wouldn't believe it, since, I can't get my words out fast enough when making a video. But yeah, I do. I tend to do many things at one time. If you're like that, when it comes to VMs, virtual machines, and downloading virtual, creating your virtual environment on VirtualBox or VMware, and downloading your ISOs like these, your images, your virtual images, your whatever it is, virtual Linux, virtual blah, blah, blah. Slow down and make sure you do not do what I did, and that's install the ISO over your actual Windows. Now, I couldn't believe it. I thought when Windows Server was popping up, it was funny in a way because I was trying to look for the Windows, my Windows OS behind it, and I couldn't see anything behind it, and I thought, don't tell me. So I looked around and it slowly dawned on me what had happened. So I looked on social media and it said, yes, people do this. So you got to be careful. And no one tells us. Probably because usually when it comes to, if you're at the stage when you're, uploading, downloading, creating virtual machines, etc., you're probably pretty experienced already. But if you're not, like me, I tend to, sometimes run before I can walk. And that's okay. I think it's perfectly okay. But because you're still going to learn a lot. Oh boy, have I learned a lot just from this. So that's my warning for all beginners getting into cybersecurity, especially. It can be a very good learning experience overall to fix this, and because what I had to do. Now, if you want to know what to do, you need another computer. Luckily, I have got another computer. What you do is you go to Windows and you get a USB, plug it into your spare computer, go to Windows. You need at least get a USB with at least 8 gigabytes on it. Okay, at least 8. I went and bought a 64 gigabyte one. You don't need that much, but I just think the more the merrier, as far as that's concerned. I don't want to get a whatever 16 gig and find out that nothing, that's not going to work. Whatever, so I just went for 64 gigs, and no doubt it's going to be handy for other stuff. So you go to another computer. Hopefully you've got a spare computer. I don't know what you're going to do if you haven't got a spare computer. I suppose the other thing is go to a friend's computer, laptop, desktop, whatever. Somehow you're going to have to get a Windows operating system in. What happens is it downloads onto the Windows computer, laptop, whatever first, and then you send it to your USB. Okay. Then you take that USB. Oh, sorry guys, I skipped a bit. What you go to Windows and it's called. I'll just try and find it. I think it's called Windows Creation Media or something like that. Windows Media. Yeah. See this? You need this. Depending on if you got 10 or 11, most people probably got 11 by now. Okay. You go there. Go there. Okay. So, you need a USB. It'll tell you all what you need. Download Windows. Blah, blah, blah. It tells you here, see? You need a PC with a reliable interconnection. A USB flash drive with at least 8 gigs space. So we're going to use blank. Yes, it also has to be blank. So just go and buy a new one. The 64 gigabyte USB brand new one that I bought was about, it was cheap. I think it was about $10 or something, $10. Now, you don't worry about this key. If you've You don't panic about the keys and all that, because when you bought your computer, the key will be on your computer, like embedded into your computer. It'll be there. Okay, so don't worry about that. So now, see how you've clicked on Windows 11. Go to. So follow this. Create Windows 11 installation media. Download it. So that is your new Windows 11. Okay. So that'll be on your USB flash drive now. USB stick. Go and stick that USB into your laptop, wherever that you were silly enough, like me, to to install this server or whatever straight over the top of your Windows OS. Okay, that'll boot it up. You follow the instructions, and that's not the end of the problem. Wasn't the end of the problem for me. It took me about 4 days, off and on, to actually get up and running again. Some other problems that you'll come across. Where is it? Where is that? If I can find it. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Now, when you're installing it, this is another issue that you might be faced with. You'll come to a spot where it says, please install drivers, your Wi-Fi drivers, and you'll get stuck there. And you'll feel like me, you'll loop and loop and loop, and you'll ask AI, and AI starts looping and looping and looping. Do not depend on AI like Copilot. They're good for certain things, but they have like tunnel vision. They're not very, what do you call it? They don't think outside the square much. That's what I found out about AI so far. That's one of their problems. Okay. So I looked on good old YouTube and finally found it, which was the answer for me. If you get stuck at that, it says you haven't got any network adapters or, drivers. Okay. You go into your command, CMD, command line interface. Just put, hold on. See here in the search bar, put CMD in there. And then when that pops up, put this here, type that in and press enter. Now what that'll do is bypass the need you'll get past that Ethernet, where it says install drivers, and when you're on the screen, look down the bottom right when you're on the particular screen, when you're stuck and it says drivers. If you put in that in your command line, your command CMD, put that in, hit enter, then go back to where you were, you'll find down on the right hand corner where you were, where it says installed it, should pop up and say skip this part or something like that. So press on that. So, and once again, keep calm, because another thing you can do is you can think nothing's changed, but when you look down right here and light blue, it'll say skip this. Then you skip that. Okay. Now another issue is if you want to, you'll need to know, if you don't know what your drivers are, because you have to have once you get to, you'll finally get on, with the screensaver, the Windows setup, where proper, where it looks like Windows, um, like that, right? You finally get to that screen. Then you can, then you go into to fix this, because you need to get on the internet, because you still won't be on the internet, guys, okay? But you'll have it all installed. You'll just need the internet. Now, what I found was, once you get you need the exact network adapter for your computer, the exact one, okay? So here's where I spent probably another day or two, because I didn't know what the hell my network adapter was, because it was missing. um, I mean, yeah, it was missing. Now how? I'll just go. Excuse me. To know where your adapters are and all that, you go here in the search and you look up device manager. See, I've got it there. Device manager. Okay. And then see here. So I finally figured out that mine was MediaTek blah 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 blah. But when you come here, you scroll down to network adapters, and you probably have nothing except these, and none of these do it, okay? And that's just a false one. I should, because as I was going around, I was trying everything. I tried that one, that didn't work, because I needed the exact network adapter. Now, I went on HP support. I asked every AI on the planet, well, how can I find, what's the quickest way? How can I find the exact network adapter for my computer? And I tried all the usual ways, couldn't find it, and like I said, the AIs were just sending me in loops. They were looping. In the end, what I did was, okay, so please, I mean, you're going to remember it. So if you forget, just come back and look at this video. What I did, guys, if you wanted the easiest way to know exactly what, after looping for a couple of days and not knowing where the hell my exact network adapters that I need for my computer, that's, it's okay now, it uploaded Windows 11 from the USB, okay, but I still didn't have the network adapter. So what I did, still in this, excuse me, device manager, scroll down. Okay, guys, so what I did was, you have to find, if you want to know the exact number, and it's a big long number, usually starts with PCI dash something blah blah blah, but I'll show you. You find in this device manager, find something called network controllers. Okay, so you need to find that. Now, if the network controller is not here, it should be listed and something like, now, so you need to find if you want to find this number, come into Device Manager and look for something that says Other Devices, okay? Now, also you want to try, go up to View here, Show Hidden Devices, okay? But you need to look down this list and find something called Other Devices, okay? Now, from there, my Other Devices has gone, because once I fixed it, the other devices went. But here's what you do. This guy here said it. You go into, so to get the exact number, you don't know what you need to know what your network adapter is, guys. Click to expand Other Devices. Right click on the network controller and click on Properties. Take a screenshot or, of General tab. Click on the Details. Change the property to Hardware IDs. Now, this Hardware IDs, the first number that is on the top of the list of these Hardware IDs will be what you need, and mine started with PCI /VEN_14, etc., etc. You need to take down that whole number, write it down, or screenshot, whatever. Then what I did is I took that number and I asked AI from there, what is the network adapter I need? Here is its Hardware ID. Boom! Straight away Copilot gave me the exact one I needed, gave me the link to it and everything, and it totally worked. Okay guys, so yep, I hope you hopefully that helps, and yeah, let me know if you've had the same problem. It's a learning process, that's for sure. Definitely a learning process, guys. But yeah, so get the USB. If you accidentally wipe your Windows, get a USB, get on another computer, go to that Microsoft Media Creation Tool, this page, select the one you like, or that's yours, and download it. Then send it into your, send it to your USB. Then put that USB into your wiped computer. It'll install it. And the two main problems that you'll come across is when it'll get to no drivers found. Okay. So there you go.